Hey guys, welcome back to another P3D video. Welcome to the Captain Sim 767. We're going to be flying as Icelandair today, and we're flying at Keflavik, and we're getting the catering on board for a nice flight off to New York JFK. So this is the newly released Captain Sim 767. Captain 2, I think is their product name for it. It's currently listed at $100, and then once fully released, as it is in beta, it'll be listed about $135. I have received this product for free to, I guess, review and show off to you guys. So here we are, doing the flight in it. I've already live streamed at the time of recording one flight in this aircraft, and I really do like it. I really do enjoy flying the 76. It's just different looking to what we would normally fly. Or what I normally fly. I didn't normally fly the 757 from Captain Sim because it lacked detail in terms of systems. 7.6 brings a bit more detail, but in terms of the just the looks of it, Captain Sim just ticks that box. It just looks astonishing. No idea why that GSX pushback truck has no texture. Maybe it's loading up textures somewhere else, and that's going to be the last thing to load, or that is actually got no texture and that's broken. We can quickly test that. Yeah, that, my friend, has zero texture, and I have no idea why. Once catering is done for our flight for JFK, I'll restart GSX, see if I can get a different one other than that. I know exactly how to get rid of that. What we're going to do is just tell GSX that we are not going to get a pushback raise. Just give it some time. And just click reset position. Yes, I know GSX will just go, but we'll just give it a moment for it to say airport cache reloaded. There's the cones, and we'll go and request boarding. Enter number of passengers, I do not know yet, so let's go and find out how many passengers we should have on the aircraft. So, let's go and get the external power on. The AP generator can be on as well. The utility buses and the... I don't know what these stand for. The left gen cont. I don't know. Continuous? I have no idea. Like a continuous generator. I don't know what that stands for. The battery can go on, and the standby power can go to auto. Get the RSs lined up like that, and then those hydraulics can stay there. Your dampers can be off for now. That can stay on auto. Motor lights can go armed. Position light can be on. Should always be on anyway. That switch should never be turned off, ever basically, unless you're doing like a proper just shut down and stowing it away, the aircraft that is, because once you've released power, that light will go off anyway, and that light only comes on when you have power. So technically you don't turn it off. These can all stay the same, but I'll get the isolation valves open, like so. There's no bleeds running at the moment, but we do have the external air conditioning. And seatbelts wise, that can go off, that can go on, because we need to go and set up the fuel and payload. So we'll clear that off for now. Options, fuel and payload, and let's go and enter things in here. Let's go and get our zero fuel weight set up first. So zero fuel weight is currently set to 90 in the sim. Obviously that's wrong, it's going to be 112.9, like so. And if we get to the payload page, we can see how many people we've got on board, which I don't understand this sometimes. It seems too low to be true. Well, I guess in the era of COVID-19, it could be realistic, can't it? So 50 plus 17 plus 1 totals to 68. So we're actually going to put that in up here then, like so, 68. Give us a moment for it to load up GSX. There we go, and it should have a different tug this time because I disabled that setting. I disabled the setting, yet it still gives me that tug. Well, okay, by the looks of it, we're going to have a tug that will push us. I don't even know why it gave me that tug. I'm pretty sure that's the tug that has the pushback raise. We disabled that setting, and yet it still spawns that one in. And it has no texture. Wonderful. I think it could be something to do with my GSX config I've made for this airport. Probably. I even edited the aircraft config here. Tried to make it as best as possible. I set it to be there, but whatever. It's close enough. For some reason the Captain Sim and GSX always never like each other. It's rather interesting. So we need to go and open up the left 2L, and you also need to do the aft entry door, like so. And the cargo door's already open. I don't know why I opened them already. I need to go and close up these two here, because those don't close automatically. So as the cargo loaders all connected up, the cargo will come along, because those doors are open, the passengers will come along, because those doors are open. So we can go and set up the aircraft while we wait for all of those. You can see all A, I, and G here. Some nice 7.5s, and that's a 7.6, isn't it? I don't even know what Euro Atlantic. I have no idea what airline is. We've got another 7.5 on our right, and a Wizz A320-1. Anyway, come down to pause in it. We can go and put in our position, which is Keflavik, and the GPS position as well. Route request, we can send it off. We have to flight some plans. Just going to get the route here, and our flight number is. Oh, I don't even know what it is. ICE 615. There we go. I should have known what it was, but whatever. Activate, execute. If you want to fly the same route as me, here it is. Captain Sim loves to take in the SID for the company route, so we actually have a SID in here already, but we're going to clear that out. But just pause the video and just copy and paste this all in. Each page. I don't need to click leg stack against the legs page actually. We haven't done the fuel. Fuel. So total fuel on board, if you go to the fuel page, is 31.3 tons today. Not 100%. So that gives us a gross weight of 144.2. Nice. So in at ref, 0 fuel weight can go in. Reserves is, I think it's like 2-ish. 1.8 apparently, and our initial cruising altitude is going to be 360 with a cost index of 18. Cruise CG, I don't know exactly, typically in the, I just right click it, there we go. I think typically it's like the same as the current CG, because that shouldn't really change. Anything that's going to change is the fuel weight, and that might change things, but whatever. So that's set in there. Step size. Let me see if SimBrief has told us to do a step climb. Step climb is, there aren't any, apparently, so we'll put that to 0. Takeoff, well, I've got Top Cat to help us out here. I am going to put in the current gross weight. I'm going to round it down because we're for sure going to lose some fuel on our taxi. And it says we can do a D rate of 1. How to do that? Oh, there's no lag spike there. I think it's G6. So click that, and that adds D rate 1. And then we'll go and put in the set temp, which is set to us is 38. The actual temperature here right now is 8 degrees as well, and our flap config is flaps 5. Like so, put the CG in like that. The winds here at Keflavik is 160 at 15 knots. Obviously, like I said, it's 8 degrees. And we'll set the QNH, which is 1016. I'll put that on all of these displays. Like that. Awesome. That's all good. We've got the V speeds, but we're not going to enter that in just yet. The current winds, as I said, is 160 at 15 knots. SimBrief decided as a 10 departure, but we're actually going to depart 19 today. And we're going to be taking the Ravlov 3 Charlie. Like so, execute that in. And once again, I did say there was going to be some issues. Like so. And we need to find the Ravlov waypoint on this. Now I can't. Yeah, this side. And what have I just done? There we go. Then like that. Okay. That just deletes the old random SID thing, and it puts in our new ones. We've got the 2 waypoints on our SID, then we go to Ravlov. They're just to go straight on and then a right turn out of here, as you can see. Over there. Awesome. Back to the takeoff ref. Please set parking brake immediately. I don't remember releasing the parking brake or whatever. Good practice. It's always set to 122.8, and we'll set 2000 down here. That can go on standby, and that's all good. Come up to here. I like to set the range up to 40 with the terrain radar on. Can I not get that on just yet? No, I guess not. However, we can set traffic. But it does say TKS off, but that's because it's off. And this side can stay on the 20 as so. They both should be on map. That's not on map. That's probably why the terrain radar wasn't coming up. It was not. I guess I have to wait for RSs. RSs are aligned, so I still don't know what's up with that. So we need to set 144 in here. We'll, like I said, we probably will reduce our weight in our taxi, and the AP running, the fuel will go down. So I'm going to set that like so. I thought Cats and Sim had like a rain add-on to their windshields, but I guess not. Let's go back outside, see what things are going on. So we got that massive thing loading on there into that tiny little compartment, but that's alright. And I love the lag spikes GSX is giving me in the 767. I don't know why. GSX is just causing the well, you can tell, look, just look at that. That's GSX. That's GSX. Letting all of those people. Very odd, don't know why. Am I to the wrong place? I know, the airport associates, hello. Yes, I don't know why. I think it's because of my custom GSX config might be doing this to GSX in version 5. That could be the reason, I don't know for sure. Probably actually, thinking about it. Ah yes, just for those wondering about, once I get onto the runway and I'll turn on the strobes for the rest of our flight. Yeah, you can even see there the nav light. There are currently some issues with the lights on this aircraft, including the nav lights you just saw, just turning off at a certain angle, and the strobe lights just don't even show. They don't even turn on in the once they're on. They are on, but they don't show in the current version of 767. Hopefully, the next beta update for this aircraft, it will be fixed. So GSX is just finishing up there, so it's going to close up that after cargo door. And is there going to be another bus? Typically another bus spawns, if there's going to be another one. I don't know. No, look at those aircraft just by themselves. And then, what was that? Bluebird cargo. Nice. I don't think there'll be another bus because we only loaded on like, what, 60 odd people. So, yeah. We'll close up that cargo door. And that was a ding for boarding to be complete. So yes, we'll close up all the doors. And we'll even get the APU started up now. We don't have to worry about turning on any pumps. We'll get the APU bleed on though. And get that as soon as possible. And once the APU is running, we can disconnect the what's it called? The external power and air conditioning. Awesome. Let's go and set up the MCP as we wait for the APU startup. So V1 is 139, rotate is 145, and V2 is 153. I just remembered I put the winds in, and that'll probably reset our speeds. Let's just go and do that. And I'm guessing the slope is 0.0. And our it's currently 9 degrees now. It's gone up to 9 degrees. 139, 155, 153. So we'll set 153 up here. And the flight director can go on. And we'll get the heading, the runway heading, which is at Keflavik for runway 19, is 194. Just scrolled the long way around, but whatever. 190. Wow, just bang on. And the initial climb clearance. So if you hear the audio just disappear, it's just the way Cats and Sim does their audio. It's really annoying. Initial climb clearance is by ATC, but transition altitude is 7,000. So I'm going to set 7,000 up in here. Just to remind myself that that's our transition altitude. And once again, let me go to the VNAV page. And that is set to 7,000. Nice. I can load it at the winds. I don't know how it requests winds, but I can't request winds. So that's that. Go to the progress page, we can see we could be landing about 8 tons of fuel as well, so that's not bad. Awesome, let's go and tell GS6 we're good for pushback. Nice. So GS6, we're going to get that going, up and running. AP is running, and you can see external power is available. Even when you set on, it's available because it takes it from the AP generator. So that can go off, your damper can now go on, and we can get the, shift 3, it's shift...
Hello, Captain.
Oh, I thought I closed that, but shift 2, there we go. External power can go, and the external, not external air, what's it called? Just the air conditioning, whatever it's. I think EA stands for external air, but air conditioning, whatever.
Locking gear.
Awesome. So you can see on our departure, if we zoom out here on this map, you can see it on the side. That's the wrong thing, but straight out on the right turn, and we'll be going basically direct to JFK. Pushbacks facing south. Yep, that's the one I want to do.
Departure check completed.
Just before we get out of here, we're going to be checking some last checks to make sure we're all good and set to go. So overhead wise, hydraulics will stay off until we actually release the parking brakes, the fuel pump's same, and the bleeds can be off until we started up the engine. We can go and set the anti-collision light to red. Everything else, we can get the window heats on actually, and I should have done that on ages ago. I think I just missed that. My bad. We can set that to track GS. I don't care about my position in the world. I want to see my heading and speed. And that's overhead sorted. We know we've done the FMC all set as well. Only one thing getting up here is auto disconnect, so that's all good. And the oil pressure, but that's fine because the engine is shut down. So release the parking brake. Let's get out of here.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Starting at will. So we've got the fuel pumps and the hydraulics on, like that. And then we will go and start up our engines. So set the packs 2 off. Make sure the central isolation valve is open so we can get the air to the engines. And we'll set ground. And we'll set this timer to down here to start. Is that the right timer? I can't tell. Yeah, it is. Waiting for 20% N2, which is just hit, so starting number 2. There we are. Engine number 2 starting up. See nice rain textures on the ground here. Awesome. What we could also have done is set up some of these on the speed dial, whatever this is called. But I can't be bothered for that. We got it on our speed tape, so that's all good. Don't worry about that little warning there. It's I don't know what it is. I think it's just when the engine starts, it just moans about the other engine being shut down, so it's okay. I just heard that click over, so we're going to start number 1. Like I said, we wait for the N2 to reach 20%. Once it's hit 20%, we'll whack in the fuel. In about 2 secs, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Bring in the fuel. Nice.
Set parking brake.
Parking brake is set. There we are. Nice. So let GS6 disconnect from the aircraft. Wait for this number 1 engine to power up. It's very quiet in the cockpit actually. It's very quiet in fact. But let's wait for this number 1 engine to fully power up when it switches back to auto. That was just the last little bit of moaning there. As soon as it does switch to auto, we'll get the packs back on to auto, engine bleeds can go on, and you can see the APU is no longer needed as the engines are running. So APU can go off, and that can be on auto. Those are all fine up there. The APU shutting down in the background. Auto disconnect. Yes, we know we can get it to armed, but it's not going to do anything. TCAS is off and parking brake set. So that's all we need it on there. Lovely. So we know nothing's gone wrong. So let's go do our flight control check. So we'll go full left here, and we'll go full right, and then neutral, all the way down, all the way up. We should come back down to neutral. Rudder, we'll go full left and full right.
Left is clear.
And that should come
Right
back
is
to
clear.
neutral. which it does. You can see the APA GT is now lowering down. We go back to the engine page there, like that, and we can set flaps 5 for our takeoff flap setting. And we can see our trim is 3.57, what we need to go and find. So we go 3.57 is about there. So we'll line up that white bit with the mouse, which is about there. I'll say that's 3.57-ish. I love how GSX doesn't have a texture for it. Whatever. Just wait for the GSX vehicle or tug to get out of the way, and then it'll be good. We can set this to continuous, but we get it on auto, so it knows what it's doing, the engine, which is very nice. We leave that in auto for the rest of the flight. That caution can go away. GSX is now on its way. We can put this down to 80 knots, so we realise that we need to call out 80 knots, which would be kind of cool. And we can also set some V speeds in here, so 139, which is about there. 145, which is about there. And that's V2, which is about, what, 153? And we'll do a 173 plus 20, like so. So we got V2 plus 20, I think. That's what they might use in real life. I have no idea. But let's get out of here. So reach the parking brake, bring it some power to get us moving, and the taxi route to runway 19 is actually pretty simple. We go forward, we go left, and we see runway 19. It's that simple. So let's get ourselves over there. The terrain radar is now on, which is nice. Okay. There's no aircraft coming, but it's a bit too late to check anyway. Took the left. Oh, there's an HP pencil there. And a pen. So there's that left turn. And we'll just taxi straight on to runway 19. There you go. You see it's there. AI could be landing, but what I'm going to do is go and check out AI companion, see if there's any aircraft coming into land, and there isn't any, so that's all good. So we can go straight onto the runway and line ourselves up. I didn't turn on the taxi light in the end, but that's coming straight off. We get the turn-offs on, land lights on, the white, which is the strobe, that can turn on. The TCAS can go to TARA, it'll be on TA only as we're on the ground at the moment, but once we get in the air, it will turn itself on. And these runway lights, they don't seem centered on the actual center of the runway. I don't know if that's like that IRL, but yeah. What I like though is because it's raining, it's foggy, it's got the lights on. It's really sweet. Well, it's a really sweet feature. I say it's really sweet of MKStudios to do that for me. I didn't set auto RTO there. Don't have to check this up. Oh well. One last check, because I did forget that, just to make sure. RTO set, flaps 5, engines are running, good. Landing lights are on, white is the anti-collision, and no warnings on our overhead. So that's all good. Let's go and set about 50%. And we'll also get the timer started. And let's get out of here. Make sure the engine's all stabilised. Then we'll hit thrust. There we go, all the warnings are now gone. So looking for 1.53 EPR. And off we go. Right rudder. Nice, 80 knots. Let's keep it inside for now. V1, rotate.
Rotate. V2.
Is it ready to fly? Gear up. And there we are. Fly Keflavik. Here we come, New York. I'm not going to pitch up that high for what it says. I'm going to get the now, whack it on, so we can get that working. Like so. I think we could have even easily have done a D-rated D-rate down to 2. Because there's bad weather, the terrain radar is not going to, the weather radar does not work currently because of the new active sky. There's no radar. I'm going to bring flaps 1 here just because of the overspeed. Possibilities that we might have just reached into. I get the VNAV on as well. And there's our VNAV. Just reached Yeah, I'm just going to be going into some bad turbulence. Obviously expected. By the looks of it, we've got a right turn. Are we up to that waypoint already? We are indeed. It's kind of hard to see the ND with the current view of this aircraft. In a typical, if you're an actual person, you'll be able to reach forward and look over. But obviously, we don't have anything like that. I could probably buy a track IR set, so I can, you know, look over and look forward. That'd be kind of a neat thing to do. That BNAV seems very high. I'm not going to follow that just for now, and we can bring all the flaps up. The gear can go off to the off position. That's fully up. Then they need to have the Hydrox keep it up there, forcing it all the way at the whole time. Altitude cap here. We'll just set that VNAV back on. We'll get the autopilot on now, and we'll set this up to a cruising altitude of 360. You can see that we are actually above the clouds now, almost above the clouds. Nice. It's a bit of bad turbulence initially, but not too bad. The nose gear light can go off, like so. Set this heading to our current aircraft heading. So I'm going to tweak it a little bit because our aircraft won't be heading in this direction all the time. They'll be around about there, more or less. And this can go and sit on the progress page. And you can see the time of arrival into New York JFK, which will be 15:31 Zulu. UK time is 4:30, and our fuel aboard will be 7.6, which is absolutely plenty in this aircraft. We way past 7,000 feet. I keep forgetting this aircraft does not moan at you when you don't set the standard pressure. Let's go and set it now. 1013. There's no secret button. You can just press, set them all to standard. Like in the modern aircraft, it is a 767 after all. So I'm going to set it to 1013. And yeah, I kind of guessed that kind of correctly. So the current aircraft. So actually, aircraft is heading that way because of the wind. Yeah, it heads to the left, so its net direction is the correct direction, I guess you could say. Nice. So we passed 10,000 feet. All the land lights can go off. All the lights, except these lights in position red and white. There we are. Out of Keflavik on our way to JFK. It's a very loud sim, or aircraft, I should say. Not too loud in the BC, which is nice. So you can just sit in here. I'm gonna set this to 6,000 feet here. 7,000. Sorry, I should have set that to 7,000. Actually, not. I am going to. I should have set it to 7,000 because that's the transition altitude. But like I said, a bit too late for that. Accelerating up to our climb speed. Even in fact, we can go to the VNAV here. You can see our climb speed will be 296, decimal 768, and you can see our cruising speed will be decimal 8 on our Mac there. So a nice cruising speed, a bit slow in the climb. That's not too bad though. There's 13,000 feet. A bit stable climb now. Straight line. Lovely. In Iceland, that it's so remote. There's not tons of waypoints everywhere. You're not constantly turning on your departure out of here, out of Keflavik. So you're getting a nice, pretty stable flight. 10 minutes easy, or 5 minutes out of the flight, out of departure. It's really nice. I've just realised we've got a JFK approach for 3-1 left on here. I'm pretty sure I can go and change these images. Not when the sim's running, obviously I have to restart the sim to reload the images. But what I should probably do is maybe set up a thing where I can try and remember and maybe get the ground chart, like a taxi chart for my like departure airport here and the taxi chart for my arrival airport on, like, on the left. Because that would be super cool. That's the 3-1 left on that arrival. But we're not going to be doing that, so those actually can go away. Waste of space. Like that. Did I ever turn on? So the seatbelts were never off. They can be on. And now we're turned to auto because we're at flight level 170. Well, it's not because we're at 170. We're at 170, which is a nice high altitude. And look, it's clear, straight. I think the passengers will be fine to get out of their seats. I know we're only 6 minutes into the flight, but like I said, it's pretty stable. Yes, okay, I did forget to turn on the seatbelts when I reloaded up the fuel. Not reloaded, when I loaded up the fuel. Yeah, my bad. It's a flight sim after all. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed the departure out of Keflavik. I will see you. I was about to say Kennedy, but we're landing into Kennedy, John F. Kennedy Airport. So I hope you guys enjoyed the departure out of Keflavik. I'll see you in the arrival into JFK, and enjoy cinematics for the first time of the 767. Bye bye. Welcome to descent into New York with JF Kennedy. We are literally passing 18,000 feet as we speak. So let's go and set the QNH, which is 30.20. So yes, we've now changed the inches here. So 30.20. I'll do that. And all displays. And yes, it will take a long time. There we go. 30.20. There we go. And drag required, I think it just said. Yeah, we need to go down to 250 knots here. So we'll just bring it about a half speed brake. Like that, that'll do. And it should give us a bit of drag. We're on the V-nav still. Wonderful. So we're currently on one of the arrivals into New York. It's the Part 3 on-nav arrival. And it'll be transitioning from there. In fact, the waypoint Crail will be going onto the ILS for runway 22 left for our arrival today. Current winds are 188 knots, it is 19 degrees, and as you can tell, it is a bit cloudy. And as you already know, the QNH is 3020. We're flying for 5 hours and 10 minutes, so I think we'll be landing a bit ahead of our estimated time en route, which was going to be 5 hours and 45 minutes, which is landing a bit earlier is always nice. Runway length is 2,560 meters long. I know we won't need auto brake 3, but I will be setting auto brake 3 because it's always best to vacate early for the shorter taxi. So auto brake 3. I'm not going 4 because that'll just heat up the brakes too much. 3 is a nice place to brake. We are back at 250 knots, so we're going to release that speed brake and reset this heading to current aircraft heading. like that. I got the seatbelt signs on, did not forget to do that this time, and we'll get the nav lights on once we approach 10,000 feet. I keep forgetting how to set the RLS like the correct way. I'm going to be doing it in here. I think this is the correct way of doing it. You just plop it in all there. So 110.9 and then 224 is already put it in for you. Well, it's 224, not 225. I think as soon as you get close to the runway, it should, well, basically once you've in sight, it should capture it. I'm going to set this down to 3,000. We'll keep ourselves descending down to the RLS there, and then our missed approach will be 3,000 as well. So hopefully we can just keep that at 3,000 for a while. Let's go and zoom in slightly on these displays. Actually, that seems a bit. That'll be fine there. We've got a terrain range disagree. I think it's just because we're. There we go. It's updated. It's because we're just switching views there. And this one's nice and zoomed in for us. You can see we're descending about 1,500 feet per minute, roughly there or so. There's the outside view, a bit loud. The texture's loading. Wonderful. And we should get that right turn past Rubber. That's a nice waypoint. And then we're going to be going on to Crail, and after Crail, be heading direct to Rosley, which is when we should hopefully be aligned the RLS. What I want to set though at Rosley, I want to set this to 180. Not set Rosley, please. Just like so. That is probably just set us off the VNav, which it has. So bring out this speed brake once again. Bring it out to around about a half. Maybe a bit more because it's descending a bit faster right now. Okay, the captain sim wants to descend at 4,000 feet per minute. I mean, if the 7.6 does descend that fast, well, okay then. And there we are. We're back in the VNav, so the aircraft should be easily be able to slow down with half the speed brake. Because full speed brake seems a bit. It seems like it's going to get ripped off the aircraft. So half it's some drag. It's not too much for the speed brake to look like it's going to fall off the aircraft. Okay. So there we are. We're decelerating again. We're on the BNav. That's awesome. So once we pass this waypoint, Crail, I think it's going to start to stir ourselves down to 180 knots. There's 10,000 feet as well. So we get all the lights and turn-offs on like that. Those lights are fine. Our overhead is all set for our landing, which is nice. We've got Orbx set to 3. And once we don't need this speed brake anymore, we will be going and releasing it and bringing it to the arm position. But obviously we need it out for a bit, so she's about 240 knots now, so we can actually get rid of the speed brake. The occasional lag spike is just the AI spawning in, so let's give it some time. And then this lag actually is just all the scenery and ground aircraft loading in. So just give it some time for it to update itself, like so. And then it's all good. Awesome. So now it's all good. I think all our airport scenery is loaded in. Well, yeah. So we're just about above 240 knots here. It's not too bad. You can see the localizers. It's showing something. So it knows the localizers in range, but we need to actually get on the localizer. The minimums for 22 left is 200 decision height. So that is the height above ground, also known as AGL. And as you can see, 200 is already set by default, which is nice. So we don't have to be changing that at all. And soon we'll be passing this waypoint, Crail. Hopefully there's no aircraft on arrival. If there is, then I can use my AI companion to delete any aircraft which is on arrival or just in our way, basically, which is good to do. 7,500. You see, we've got some aircraft descending behind us, and one is at the same out. Well, it's static at an altitude roughly about 5,000 feet. This one's descending as well, though, about 4,500 feet, I believe. Awesome. There's 7,000. The glide slopes also come through now. We can actually go and probably arm the approach. I don't think it's going to catch with the localizer yet, until it really gets close up. Hopefully it'll slow itself down to 180 knots very soon. I hope, because I want to make that turn nice and slowly, because it is basically a 90-degree turn. And actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring up this brake here. I'm going to go to vertical speed at the current vertical speed, and then just set 180 knots. Like so. Right, in a ref, we're going to be landing flaps 30 today with a speed of 131. I didn't click it. And we'll be doing a +5 today, so 136 will be our final approach speed into the airport. Let's go set flaps 5. Just a bit of drag, and we do not need to be descending at this vertical speed, so we'll bring it about 1300. Let's see how that works out, and that'll help the aircraft decelerate as well a bit easier, so we're going to have this maximum speed brake out. So there's about 1,000 feet per minute we'll do actually, so we'll set 1,000, and because we are going to be flying slower, then we'll be getting to our 3,000 feet nice and quicker. Cloud wise, we got clouds all the way down to 400 feet, so I'll be keeping the autopilot in until I see the runway lights, or just a runway. You can see it's just about visual with the ground, which is a nice thing to know. We can probably we don't need the terrain radar on. There's no mountains, it's just a bit foggy really. And the visibility is 6 miles on the ground. So I'm going to get rid of the speed brake now. I'm going to arm the speed brake, like so. Altitude alert, that's just because we're approaching 3,000 feet now, and I'm going to set this down to the 3, this orange mark. To let me know, yo, this is going to be your 3,000 feet is your missed approach altitude, if you don't want to look up there, just in case I forget what it is. So it's good to be below the glide slope, because if we capture the localizer early, then it might skip a bit of the glide slope, and if we're below it, then that's nice to know. So here we are, the aircraft's just about to slow itself down. It's holding at 3,000, and it's just a waiting game really. By the looks of it, it's not too bad. I guess it's just true sky not being able to render super low clouds, so we'll be able to see the ground easily, the runway, sorry, easily. I could probably set this heading to the runway heading, 225, like so. Once again, it's just a waiting game. There's 180 knots, we've got the flaps 5 out. Super loud. Super loud. And the engines will just come into play for a bit as it tries to keep itself at 180 knots. Awesome. There's a left turn, so it must have captured the localizer. It has. And it'll be able to soon capture the glide slope when that pops through. I don't know why the engines are going crazy here. You know you need to speed down to 180 knots. Yeah, I think it's AI. It's just spawning and unspawning and doing lots of weird, crazy stuff. And what I'm going to try and do is just set a setting and then optimize now. Okay, hopefully that should all be good for the rest of our flight. Right, ground speed, GS, sorry, glide slope has been captured. I have the runway in sight. I can just about see it over there, which is good. Zoom in once more, down to 10 miles of range on that ND. And hopefully this aircraft will slow down a bit more. I don't know why. I'll bring out a bit more speed brake again. Set flaps 15. There we are. If I get rid of the speed brake, how much drag do we get? We get some drag, so I don't need the speed brake again. Just arm it. So there we go. That's unarmed, that's armed, so it'll come out once we touch the ground. Orbx 3 is set. Landing lights are all on. Seatbelts are over here, and they're on. Nice. Okay, well the aircraft has missed the localizer a bit. I think it's just slowly trying to get itself back on. So we are just going a bit to the right. We'll be back on the localizer again. You see actually the runway here. We are not centered with it. Let's go and set the final approach speed. Like I said, it's 136. And we'll bring the gear down now. Once we've set 136. So the gear will be coming down. Like that. There's the gear. Once the gear's down, then we get the 3 green mark. It should be 3 greens. Once the textures take years to load. Actually, one sec. I wanted to show you that the 767's got the front facing down on the main gear. It's a very nice feature. There we go. So bring out the rest of the flaps now. There we go. So the aircraft has just gone into autoland mode. We'll be taking it straight out the autoland because we've taken out the autopilot like so. Autopilot is now disconnected. Just double click the autopilot disconnect button and it will do that for you. So, my aircraft will take out the autopilot as well. So it's fully my aircraft. I'll just keep it visual for now. I'm going to get my AI companion up just in case. I need to delete any aircraft that are on the runway.
1,000.
This is a watch our thrust here. So just try and get used to everything again. Let's pitch down. Not that much power, please. Don't be too high. Same as what I did on my approach into Vegas. Just learning a new aircraft, learning new physics, how the aircraft flies, really. At least we're not getting 4 whites, we've got 3 whites. Speed's a little high, that's no problem. Last bit of lag, that's just loading in all the random stuff that is needed on the airport. There we go. That was probably one of the longest, like, essential airport detail thingy-majiggy, whatever you want to call it, lag. It's probably because this airport package with Drzewiecki design comes with 3 airports. That might be the reason why it lagged for quite a while. But anyway, let's get this bird on the ground. Just reduce a bit more speed, just get itself down. And then don't want to pitch it down too much, because you don't want to go in the trees just down below there. It says we've got 4 whites, but I'm happy with my my approach, and Active Sky is updated. And there we are, there's the fog that we wanted. Yeah, well. Minimums will continue here. It's watching our speed as well. Don't want it to drop too much.
100. 50. 40.
Begin the
30.
early flare. Idle the throttle. There we go. We actually made it inside that touchdown zone that time. There we are. Bit of reverse. Orbx 3 was absolutely enough. Vacate right. Welcome to New York, JFK. My aircraft, as in Orbx disconnect. Right. Let's turn off the alarm lights. The strobe light can go off. Tax light can go on. APU. Oh, did it lag? Oh no, I've got something else clicking in the way. That can start up. And we will get rid of the spoilers. Speed brake. Flaps up. Like so. Right, where we park, where Icelandair park, in fact, is at the Terminal 4. The international, no, not Terminal 4. The Terminal 7, sorry. So let's go and get ourselves over there. We'll go across the next runway, which is just past this taxi. And hopefully there's no aircraft on that runway. I can see any aircraft landing or taking off in this vicinity. There's one landing, one sleeping, which means it's at the stand, and the others are all just en route in the air. So we just have to worry about the one landing into JFK, which I don't know where it's landing. Oh, it's just landed. It says taxiing now. So wherever that's gone off to, it should be fine. There's a VOR right there. Hello. I need to go and set TGAS to T8 only now as well. Flight directors can go off. Throttle arm can go off as well. Right, come on. There we go. Let's keep our speed not too high, which is good. We should be able to cross this runway. Don't see any lights going across both sides. Just check, because it is AI. It could land or take off on the other side of the runway. Just cross it nice and quickly, and we'll take the next right onto Bravo, as you can tell there. So we'll take the right now. So ourselves down to about 10 knots, more or less. And there we are. I need to turn that off. Take that right turn. And we go. So we're taxiing down Bravo all the way to the International Terminal 7. I should just pass this pier. It's Terminal 5, and I think that's where all the JetBlues park. This is Terminal 4, which is basically where all the aircraft park. And we'll go and bring this up. And the thing is, it doesn't show 1 to 7 or whatever, 1 to 8 for the terminals. It just gives me this. So I don't know which one is the correct parking designation for Terminal 7. So we're going to ignore it. We're just going to park up at a Terminal 7 stand. And then we'll just hopefully we've parked in the right place, that GSX recognises we've parked there. Do not need that terrain radar anymore, so that can turn off. Like so. I forgot to stop the flight time there. How long have we been taxiing for? A couple of minutes? Yeah, basically 5 hours, 20 minutes flight time. So about 25 minutes shorter than what we expected for our flight time, which is nice. We arrived early. So we'll just take this left, or bare left, with Bravo. Around we go. You can go to tail view if you want. Watch the aircraft around. I think I saw on the TGAS just before I turned off the traffic. It's an AI is landing to JFK, but I don't know which runway it was like. Oh, there's two aircraft behind me. Let's try not to get distracted because, well, we need to park up, not taxi onto the grass by accident. Well, it looks like there's a JetBlue in the terminal that we want to park up at, I think. I think that's Terminal 7, it's part of that. Or it's just push back, I don't know. Actually I think it's just on a remote stand. Okay, so where we want to take a left is at a intersection of a whiskey. So wherever it says whiskey, that's Delta. Then next will be a Whiskey Alpha, which it is. And then the one after is Whiskey. I can just about see it. Nice. So take that left at Whiskey, and we'll park up somewhere at Terminal 7. Yeah, taxiing at 30 knots is interesting, but not illegal. It's fine. We're on the outside taxiways, so there's nothing that we're going to zoom past and destroy. So here's Whiskey. We'll just slow ourselves down a bit more for this left turn. And we'll just park up on one of those stands there. Awesome. So, does it say like Delta or something on it? No, it just says 773. Nice. So yeah, we'll take this one here. No, we won't. We'll take this one up here. You'll take this one. Make up my mind. What's this? 10, I think it says. So yeah, the lights are off, so there's no one going to get blinded by us. The APU is running, so we can shut down the engine straight away as soon as we park up. And yeah, there we are. make that right turn in. Because I had to run 1K textures due to issues with VRAM, terminal buildings do not look nice at all. So yeah, that's the reason why they look like that. It's like the only good JFK scenery is FS Dream Team. Yeah, it destroys FPS, but to be fair, well, not only does it destroy FPS, I just stopped a bit early then, it's also harsh on realism. What I mean by that is it's not up to date. The scenery is way out of date. AP is running. We'll go and set the parking brake and we'll shut down our engines. I did keep the AP generator on and the AP bleed's still on, so that's nice. There we go, engines shutting down, seatbelts to off, and that I managed to get the correct GSX place. I did request deboarding, and we'll go with Alliance ground and jetway to 2 left. Nice. For those wondering, the landing rate was minus 192 feet per minute. Not too bad, but we did get at some point close to the end of the touchdown zone. Almost just about made it though. Beacon light can now go off. Hydraulics can go off. Fuel pumps off as well. Engine bleeds are not needed, so those can go off. And we'll go and get the left 2 entry door, cargo door, cargo door. Did it open left 2 entry door? There we go. I'm going to get external power and air conditioning. External power on, AP off. So that is everything set. There we are. New York, JF Kennedy. Just about made it. And to be fair, this scenery, I don't know if it's been updated to the latest version to be compatible with V5 because there's an issue with the jetway going on there, or if this is just what it looks like when it's running 1K textures. Could just do it like that. Let's get the ground chocks on, wheel chocks, there we go. And then we can get stewardesses and pilots at the doors if you would like so. So there we are. Welcome to JFK after the I haven't stopped block time here. Let's go and do that. 5 hours and 37 minutes. So our block time was less than our expected flight time. Still, nice achievement. That JetBlue still was sat there on that remote stand. So I'm going to look into the scenery if there's any updates going on. I might try out the FS Dream Team scenery, even though it's a little outdated, it's still a bit better looking. So I'll try out some of that. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Well, I don't want to end the video. This is such a nice looking aircraft. I really do love the 7.6. Guys, I did say I was going to make some more 7478F videos because I love the 7.4, but now I've been given the 7.6. I'm starting to fly this a bit more often. Making the, I know, like I said, I did get this for free, but if I did spend £100, I would fly this more often. And even though I didn't, I am flying it more often. So there you go. That is my opinion. I got it for free. I'm loving flying it. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video, which hopefully won't be too long from now. And bye bye for now.